Hello, fellow learners. Welcome back to another exciting Python tutorial session. I'm thrilled to have you here as we embark on a journey through the fascinating world of lists. Today, we've got a lineup of some really cool topics that will elevate your understanding of lists to a whole new level. Are you ready to dive in? Great. Let's get started. In this video, we will cover few essential concepts with lists such as in and not in operator, multiple assignment trick, enumerate function, working with lists and augmented operators. As we journey through these topics, you'll witness firsthand the wonders of Python's list manipulation capabilities. Real-time examples will illuminate each concept, ensuring that you grasp not only the how, but also the why behind these techniques. So, my fellow coding enthusiasts, get ready to expand your Python prowess as we unlock the secrets of lists together. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned coder, there's something here for everyone. Let's explore the magic of lists in Python. We'll dive into the powerful concepts of list membership operators, in and not in. I'll explain these operators using real-time examples and guide you through the code step by step in a code editor, just as if we were typing it together. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to use these operators to check for the presence or absence of elements in a list. These operators allow us to easily check whether a specific element is present in a list or not. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and let's dive right into the code. All right, let's start with the in operator. Imagine you have a list of your favorite fruits, and you want to check if apple is one of them. Here's how you do it. Let's create a list called fruits. Now we have our list. Let's check if apple is one of them. I am using if condition with in operator to check if apple is in the list called fruits, and we use print function to print the message as yes, apple is in the list, and using else statement to print the message. No, apple is not in the list. In this code, we use the in operator to check if apple is in the list called fruits. If it is, the first branch of the if statement gets executed, and we print that apple is in the list. Otherwise, we print apple is not in the list. Let's run the code and see the result. There you have it. This is how we use in operation to check if a particular value in a list. Awesome! Now let's talk about the not in operator. This one does the opposite. It checks if an element is not in the list. Let's say we want to find out if pear is not one of our favorite fruits. In the same code, I am replacing in with not in operator to check if pear is not one of our favorite fruits, and modifying print messages to no, pear is not in the list, and yes, pear is in the list message in else condition. Here we used the not in operator to check if pear is not present in the fruits list. If it's not in the list, the first branch of the if statement runs, and we print no, pear is not in the list. Otherwise, we print yes, pear is in the list. Let's run the code and see the result. There you have it. And that's it, folks. We've just explored how to use the in and not in operators to check for list membership. These operators can be super handy when you're working with lists and want to quickly find out whether an element is present or not. Now we will jump into another topic that is the multiple assignment trick. Now we'll learn about the awesome multiple assignment trick that will make your code more concise and efficient. So, what is the multiple assignment trick? It's a shortcut to assign multiple variables using values from a list in just one line of code. Avoids the need for separate assignments for each value in the list. Let's assume one real-life analogy. Think of it like distributing candies to friends from a bag. Here candies are like a list, and friends are like variables. Each candy corresponds to a value in the list, and you want to distribute them among your friends. All right, let's jump into action to distribute candies in just one go using multiple assignment trick. Here, we have a list called candy bag and different sizes of candies, small, medium, large, and 3 friends to share with. So first we will see the traditional way of distribution. So in the traditional way, we'd manually assign each candy size to each friend, like this friend 1 equal to candy bag 0 and friend 2 equal to candy bag 1, and so on. Okay, we will print the list of values assigned to each friend using print function. Let's run the code and see the result. There you go. We have the result. This is the traditional way of assigning multiple values, but with the multiple assignment trick, it's like magic. We distribute candies to friends with a single line. Let's write the code for multiple assignment. We use the same candy bag list and friend 1, friend 2, friend 3, equal to candy bag. All right, now we will see the result if this multiple assignment trick worked or not using. Print function. Now we will run the code and see the result. There you go. It worked. This is the multiple assignment trick with a single line code. Okay, now we will see another example about swapping candy colors. So, let's start by understanding the traditional way of swapping two variables. Imagine we have two friends, friend A and friend B, and they each have a candy-colored blue and red. Our goal is to swap their candies using a temporary variable. Here's how it works in code. We first store the value of friend A, candy, in a temporary variable called temp candy. Then we assign the value of friend B, candy, E, to friend A, candy, effectively swapping their candies. Finally, we assign the value of temp candy, C, which holds the original value of friend A to candy, to friend B, candy, completing the swap. Let's see what values are stored in friend A and friend B. We will print the results using print function. Now run the code and see the results. There you go. We swapped two variables. Now, let me show you a much cooler and simpler way to achieve the same result using multiple assignment. Check out this code. Friend A candy, friend B candy, equal to friend B candy and friend A candy. All right, now we will see the result if this multiple assignment trick worked or not. Now we will print the values, run the code, and see the result. There you go. Wow, that's it. In just one line of code, we've swapped the values of friend A candy and friend B candy using multiple assignment. Here's how it works. Python evaluates the right-hand side expression friend B candy, friend A candy. That's it, and now we will jump into another topic that is using the enumerate function with lists. Now we're diving into a nifty tool called the enumerate function. It's like having a superpower when working with lists in Python. Imagine you're on a treasure hunt and you have a map list that you want to explore. The enumerate function is like a magical compass that helps you navigate through the map with ease. All right, let's start by taking a look at a common scenario. Imagine you have a list of delicious fruits: apple, banana, orange, and grape. Traditionally, if you wanted to access each fruit along with its index, you'd have to manually create an index variable and keep track of it as you loop through the list. So, here's the traditional way of doing it. We have a fruits list of delicious fruits, and we will create an index variable, and it's set to 0, and then use a for loop to iterate through the fruits list. Inside the loop, we print out the index and the fruit, and then increment the index manually. Phew, that's a lot of work. Now we will run this and see the result. There you have it. We accessed each fruit along with its index using for loop. Now, brace yourselves, because here comes the real magic, the enumerate function. This nifty function does all the heavy lifting for us. It combines both the index and the item in one go. No more manual counting, folks. Let's write down the enchanting code. We start by declaring our fruits list, just like before. Then we use a for loop, but this time we add a twist. We introduce two variables inside the loop, index and fruit. The Enumerate function pairs up the current index with the corresponding fruit as we loop through the list. Now we will run this and see the result. Voila! With just a single line of code, we achieve the same result as before. The Enumerate function eliminates the need for manual index management and makes our code cleaner and more elegant. Isn't that amazing? Okay, let's see another example about finding a specific item's position. Okay, so let's say you have a list of fruits and you want to find the index of a specific fruit. Let's say orange. In the traditional way, you'd loop through the list, right? First, we will see traditional way. So we start by initializing an index variable to -1. Then, we loop through the fruits list. And it gives us both the index I and the element fruit at that index. We check if the fruit matches our search fruit. If it does, we update index with the current value of I and break out of the loop. And we'll print the specific item. Now we will run this and see the result. We have the result. We have specific item's position using traditional way. Now, get ready for some Python magic. We're going to introduce you to the Enumerate function. We use a for loop, but this time we add a twist. We introduce two variables inside the loop, index, and a fruit, the Enumerate function. We use the Enumerate function directly in the loop. It gives us the index and fruit just like before. We check if the fruit matches our search fruit. And if it does, we break out of the loop and prints the specific item. Simple, right? Wow, look how clean and concise this code is. Now we will run this and see the result. And there you have it, dear wizards of Python. You've unlocked the power of the Enumerate function. You can now effortlessly traverse through lists, accessing both the index and the items without breaking a sweat. So wave goodbye to those tedious index counters and embrace the simplicity and elegance of Python. And if you have any questions regarding the topics we discussed till now, and please do not hesitate to ask in the comment section below. Remember, practice makes perfect, so go ahead and sprinkle this magical technique into your own Python potions. Now we'll learn about another interesting concept, that is, using the random choice and random shuffle functions with lists. Let's jump. Now we'll explore the power of randomness in Python using two functions, random choice and random shuffle, and see how they can be applied in real-world scenarios. All right, let's write the code. Let's start by importing the random module, which will allow us to work with random numbers and elements. Now, imagine you have a list of fruits and we want to select a random fruit from this list. We will create a variable called random fruit. Now let's use the random choice function to randomly pick a fruit from the list. Here, random choice selects a random element from the fruits list and assigns it to the random fruit variable. Now we will print the random fruit on screen. Okay, let's run the code. See the result. There you go. We have a random fruit. Let's take one real-time example. Think of a guessing game where the player has to guess a fruit. We can use random choice to select a mystery fruit every time the game starts, adding an element of surprise. Now we'll run this code again and see the result. There you have it. This is how random choice function works. In this code, we imported random module and used it to find a random element for the list. Now, let's move on to shuffling lists using the random shuffle function. So, random shuffle rearranges the elements in the fruits list randomly, giving us a shuffled order. Let's write a code using random shuffle. So we want to shuffle the above fruits list using random shuffle function and print the shuffled list. Okay, we'll run this code and see the result. There you have it. We have the shuffled list. Okay, in real time. Imagine you're creating a quiz app with multiple choice questions. By shuffling the answer options using random shuffle, you can ensure that the order of choices is different for each question, preventing any patterns. All right, now let's explore a practical scenario where randomness is crucial. Generating secure passwords. We'll create a function that generates a random password of a specified length. If you're a beginner to Python and no idea about functions, do not worry, we will have a separate session for each topic and wait for it. Here I am showing this for your better understanding about these functions, so concentrate on random functions only. Let's create a function. Define function as generate password and length inside the parenthesis. Now, we define a string, characters containing all possible characters for the password. Using a list comprehension and random choice, we select random characters from characters. Finally, we use join to combine the selected characters into a password string. Let's generate and print a random password using our function. This function is incredibly useful for enhancing cybersecurity. You can use it to create strong, unpredictable passwords which are essential for protecting your online accounts. So that's all, folks. We've explored the magic of randomness using random choice and random shuffle functions with lists. The importance of randomness in various applications from games to quiz apps and password security, randomness plays a crucial role. And now we're going to talk about a super useful concept in programming, working with lists. If you've ever found yourself creating lots of similar variables to store values, then you're in for a treat. We're going to learn how to use lists to make your code cleaner and more efficient. Let's jump right in. Imagine you're a pet lover with a bunch of adorable pets. Let's say you want to keep track of their names. You might start by creating individual variables for each pet's name, like this. Now, while this might work, it's not the best approach. What if you have more pets or need to update their names? Your code could get messy and confusing. A list is like a magical container that can hold multiple pieces of data. Instead of using multiple repetitive variables, you can gather all the pet names in a single list. Let's see how we can create a list to store those pet names. First things first, we're creating an empty list to hold the names of our beloved pets. We create a list called pet name using square brackets. I am starting the loop here. Now let's dive into a loop that will keep running until we decide to stop. We're using a while loop here. And inside the loop, we want to get the name of each pet from the user. We're using the input function to capture the name. And we're also providing a prompt that changes based on the number of pets we've entered. Next, we want to give the user the option to stop entering pet names. If they just press enter without typing anything, we'll break out of the loop. If the user entered a name, we'll go ahead and add it to our pet names list. We're using list concatenation to achieve this. Our loop keeps running until the user decides to stop by pressing enter. This is where the power of loops and lists shines. Let's run this code and see what we will get. There you go. We have to enter our first pet name. Let's enter the pet name as Max and hit enter button. Now it's asking us to enter second pet name. Now we'll enter second pet name at Buddy and hit enter. And it is asking to enter another pet name. Now just press enter without typing anything and it breaks the loop. Congratulations! You've just created a Python program that allows you to enter the names of your pets and stores them neatly in a list. This is a fantastic example of how Python's simplicity and flexibility can make your coding journey enjoyable. Don't worry. If you are a beginner to Python programming, we will explain about loops concept in our upcoming videos. Let's jump into another last fundamental topic. We're going to dive into a fundamental concept, augmented assignment operators. These operators make our code more concise and efficient. Let's get started. So, what are augmented assignment operators? Augmented assignment operators are shortcuts for performing arithmetic and bitwise operations while updating a variable's value. Let's see some examples of augmented assignment operators. Let's use the following variable for our examples. Count equal to 10. Now we will see some mathematical operations using the traditional way. Here we used addition and subtraction using this variable in a traditional way. All right, we will run this code and see the results. There you got. We have the result. Now we will try these same mathematical operations using augmented assignment operators. Let's see some examples of augmented assignment operators. Let's use the same variable for our examples. Here we used augmented assignment operators for addition and subtraction. Now we will run this code and see the result. There you have it. We got the same result. So in real time, we use augmented assignment operators in updating shopping cart, tracking points in a game, and incrementing, decrementing counters and for bitwise operations and more. The benefits of augmented assignment operators: it saves typing and makes code more readable, and reduces the chance of making syntax errors. Congratulations! You've learned about augmented assignment operators in Python. And that's it for now, folks. In this video, we've learned some cool and important stuff about lists. But guess what? There's even more exciting stuff about list methods waiting for us in the next video. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more awesome Python tutorials. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our cool episodes. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Happy coding!